I rarely watch documentaries, but this one clicked two boxes of mine. I'm a horror fanatic, and I love Chucky. I've seen this twice. I dug it so much, and by the end, I was in tears.
Really?
It was such a touching documentary. So take me back to the first day, because this was originally a short documentary from what I saw, and take me to the day you achieved picture lock. Take me through that journey and how it was.
For the short film?
Well,
For this?
Yeah, the journey and the
Oh,
entire
goodness.
thing.
Well, how much time do you have is the question.
It's years.
It has been years in the making. Technically, I picture locked like last week.
Really?
Because I was adjusting stuff in our sound and color mix. But yeah.
Dang. So you had a lot of work to do on this one.
Yes, I produced it, directed it, edited it, and sound designed it.
And this is your, as far as I remember, this is your directorial debut for a feature length as well.
Yes, this is my first feature.
Oh, congratulations, first of all. Because I saw that you directed a couple of other documentary shorts as well. And for your first time, how was it transitioning from a short form to a feature length?
I think the hardest part was finding a structure throughout all of it and making it flow. That was like the hardest thing of keeping a storyline, because most like horror documentaries or making of like Freddy or Jason, it's just very generic and cut and dry. And I was really trying to avoid doing that. So it was finding the personal story and weaving it through the history of the franchise as well.
You did a terrific job on that, I gotta say. So from what I read, you shot around 8 hours of footage for this?
I have 12 hours of footage.
Oh. Editing a documentary, I imagine, takes forever. So talk about the process of trimming it down from 12 to now your final runtime of an hour and 40 minutes. What was that like?
Oh, the first cut was like 2.5 hours. And then we got it down to an hour and 40. It was honestly, there were so many things that people said that I really wanted to include, and everybody that is in it has such little gem nuggets of info and personal stories, but it was really just trying to cut down the fat and make it, you know, kind of cut and dry, but still keeping the whimsy of it. I had a additional editor from Sony come on and kind of help me polish the cut as well, Dave Turman, who really helped me kind of have a focus as somebody who has ADHD. I wanted to tell like every little side story and I just couldn't. So he was a really big help on that.
So there are a lot of legends in this documentary. I mean, from the director, your own father is in this. I mean, oh my God. I mean, Insidious, Lin Shaye is in this, not to mention the original actor. I can only imagine how hard it was to choose the segments that you wanted to choose. And was there anyone that you wanted to get so bad, but you unfortunately couldn't due to time constraints?
Yes, there's so much that Brad talked about in the acting process. There's definitely good nuggets in the documentary of what he spoke to, but I could easily have added 5 more minutes, as well as Lin Shaye. She started crying in her interview of just how the acting process is, especially in horror movies. And it was so touching, and I wanted to include it so badly, but we kind of got a little off topic, especially since she's not actually in the Child's Play franchise. So that was one of the gems that I felt really bad about cutting.
So, Tony, I can only imagine how this has all been. I mean, knowing that you've worked on Chucky since, I believe it's been Bride of Chucky, if I remember correctly?
Seed.
Seed of Chucky, okay.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how it's been since your daughter made this and how the years. So how has it been seeing your daughter make this documentary for her first, especially for her first time directing for a feature length?
It's really cool to see. I mean, I'm obviously really proud of her. But it's been a journey. You know, it started in film school and do a documentary about what you know, and all of us sort of discounting what we do because we take it for granted. And then having a teacher say, if you did 7 minutes on Living with Chucky, I would watch that. And then that was sort of the light bulb. And then she figured out the short film. And that whole process was really cool because in the end, Universal ended up buying it from the film school and negotiating a deal so they could use it as a bonus feature on the Blu-ray. And we kind of thought, well, that's as cool as it's going to get. But she kept talking about, you know, I have this idea to turn it into a full-length feature, and she stuck with it and never let go of it and just kept adding to it even while she was still in film school, because she did the 7-minute one when she was 19. And she started while she was still in school filming additional stuff, and then when she got out, COVID hit, but that was no excuse to her to not keep going. So she's just continued to plow through it. And I give her credit for the perseverance and then the ability to actually focus it all in. Because as an artist, that's so hard, but she really like found a voice and it's really cool to see. And this will be the first time I've seen the whole thing together.
Oh,
So I can't wait.
that I can't wait to see how you two react to like the entire cut. So, of course, Chucky has been in your life since, from what I heard, 3 or 4 years old, somewhere around there. So, since, of course, since it's your first directing, why choose Chucky to be your first subject for a documentary?
Because most of the pieces were already there, to be honest. And when I did the short film version of this, in all the festivals, like the biggest criticism was, why is this 7 minutes? And I totally agreed. That was when I had 8 hours of footage. And I was like, you know what? This franchise is 30 years old. It deserves so much more than a 7 minute. Nobody else has done like a full dedicated doc to the Child's Play franchise. And I was like, I think this is what I need to do. Also, just growing up, and I mean, he's still in it. He came down from Chucky season 2 to be here.
Filming right
Yeah,
Rock
they're
on,
filming right
man.
now. And just seeing how much work and dedication goes in, especially from my dad's side and the puppeteers and all that jazz, I just feel like somebody needed to give them the proper kudos they deserve for the amount of work that goes into all the movies they do as well.
So, one thing in particular. So, Chucky is one of the most iconic slasher film villains of all time. If you could, because there's a lot of them out there, if you could choose one particular of the villains out there for Chucky to just rip and tear, who would you probably choose?
Leatherface.
Really?
Ooh, that'd be a fun one to see. Tony?
Oh my God. I want to see him go head to head with an alien. I don't know why. I just think it would be so different from what anybody would expect.
Ooh, Chucky
You know?
versus a xenomorph. That'd be an awesome fight
And then
right
you'd
there.
have to do both of the puppets.
I'm just making work for myself.
That's really what it is.
I mean, you gotta make it work for you somehow, man.
Exactly.
And so the Chucky films have had some really gnarly kills in them. I mean, gnarly kills. Which one is your favorite?
I don't know if it's like a particular one, but I think in Child's Play 3, when Chucky replaces the paintballs with bullets, I think that's the most effed up out of all the movies, personally. So that's like my favorite kill in theory. I don't know about specifics.
I have to say, season 2 of the TV show has some really great stuff, but I can't tell you why.
Oh,
You
but see,
gotta wait.
now you're hyping me up over here
You
from
have to
this.
wait till October 5th.
Yeah, watch it.
But yeah, this season, Don Mancini's gone like literally all out to, I think personally, offend everyone possible. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
word.
there's a lot of really cool stuff and really cool characters that I really enjoy, which is nice.